joining us.
Thank you for having me.
All right, we have a lot of people here who are eager to ask some questions, so we'll dive right into it. First one is going to go to Mike Ganter from the Toronto Sun.
Hey, Masai, how you doing?
I'm very good, Mike. How you doing?
Doing fine, thanks. Just wondering, so day one, supposedly tomorrow, have you got a full complement of healthy bodies?
So far so good. I'm just checking in with Nick Nurse and the medical team, and I'll know. I think they've done a lot of, I think, 1-0 workouts, and yeah, so hopefully we have everybody going.
All right, we talked to Bobby earlier in the week, I guess, and he mentioned that you're going to, or the league, and you guys in the league were talking about in terms of compensation for the costs you've incurred going down there. Do you expect them to come through with some help there?
We're talking about it. You know, I talked to Larry Tannenbaum, and we've also had some conversations with the NBA, and we're hoping these things take time, I think, to get resolved. And but we're looking into everything, and I know the NBA has been very supportive with our move and relocation.
And how happy are you so far with the progress of the practice facility next door at the JW?
I've done a couple walkthroughs, and you know, I think the bubble was a very, very good example for us and experience to have a lot of these kind of setups. For us, it's we come to this environment and we adjust. I think our program has done well there. We had great experiences in the bubble with all the facilities that the NBA provided. So we hope that we can continue that way here.
All right. Thanks, Masai. Stay well.
Thanks, Mike.
Next question, we go to Michael Grange from Sportsnet.
Good morning, Masai.
What's happening?
You know, same old, brother.
Did I see you wearing the toque or something?
I'm wearing a toque because I get Saturday morning. I have bad hair. Haven't had time to pretty up.
I thought it was snowing or something.
It was yesterday. Don't worry, it will. Couple of questions. One, on that fee from the NBA. Do you guys have a ballpark budget for what it's going to cost you if you're there until March?
I don't have that with me here, and no, not yet.
I presume a lot.
We might need to come borrow some money from you.
And the other question is I think the last time we had a conference call with you, you know, regarding your contract, there wasn't any particular progress that you were ready to report. Similarly with, and so I guess my question is, have you had any meaningful negotiations or talks about your contract now that the season's about to start? And similarly with your staff, Bobby and some of the others, has there been any changes there?
My staff is pretty much done, and there's just been so much. Honestly, Grange is not a matter of, you know, like not doing it. I think there's just been so much that I know I've pushed it out till I think we get through a lot of this. It's just so much going on with this relocation and the focus, and I don't want to be distracted that way. But in terms of staff, there was even some distraction with that because Bobby was the last one. But I think while sealing it, there's no issues. So I would consider that done soon enough.
Thank you. And if I could ask one more, could you just maybe take us through Serge Ibaka, you know, how that went down? I know you and Bobby went down to see him, and certainly when he was talking the other day, he made it sound like he very much wanted to return to Toronto. Where did that not get done? What do you perceive as the issue being there?
Well, I think, you know, first of all, those two guys were incredible for us, Grange. You know, I know I have even personal closeness to Serge from way back, and these things become difficult. And when we had to look at a lot about the future on our team, so we were very restrictive with term and years, or limited with term and years, because I think we have to look at sometimes a bigger picture with the team, and we try to get to a certain place, but I think at the end, then Serge got comfortable, doing something else. But I know both sides tried, to be honest, and these things do happen. So Mark and Serge were incredible for our organization, and all of us have the same exact feelings about them, our staff, our front office, our coaches. And so hard to see, but we sometimes we have to move on from these things. That's the way it works.
Thank you.
Next, we go to Josh Lewenberg from TSN.
Hey, Masai, how you doing?
I'm good, man. You?
I'm doing well. Thanks for doing this. Following up on Grange's question about the bigs, what drew you to Aaron Baines and Alex Len, and how do you see them filling the void?
We followed them for a while, whether it's a draft or free agency. I know our scouting team and personnel team have done a lot of work on these guys. I think Aaron Baines, we know, brings toughness and now those shooting abilities. Obviously, we had those battles with the Celtics too, and he's one guy that you don't like on the other team and you love on your team, and so we were happy. There's also the free agency was good to see. Sometimes people that have interest, the players that have interest in the program, and we were happy that he also wanted to be in our program. And so with Alex Len, I think such a young big, I think 26 years old, if I'm right. It's sometimes this is when bigs start to really develop and come off their own. And I think he still has plenty good basketball ahead of him, with great size and good skills. So we look forward to it. We believe in our developmental program and getting players better. So we look forward to it.
I also wanted to ask you about OG. You guys have until the 21st, I believe, to extend him. He told us yesterday that you guys have been in discussion. So I'm wondering, is progress being made, and can you guys get something done while also maintaining that coveted cap flexibility for next summer?
Yeah, we will have conversations with his agent, and I think there are talks to be had, and they know of the abilities that we want. So we'll keep having those conversations, but I think the most important thing is more excited about OG and the progress that he can make and the jump that he can make as a player. We saw him coming into his own and in the bubble, and one of the reasons too we're excited about this is it's going to give OG, Pascal, Fred the room to even grow as leaders and features on our basketball team with the leadership of Kyle.
Great. Thanks, Masai. Take care.
Thank you.
Next, we go to Eric Kareen from The Athletic.
Hey, Masai. Good morning. How you doing?
Very good, man. You?
I'm all right. I need a toque from Grange, but that's neither here nor there. With the move, you've got families maybe coming down. Every player we've talked to has talked about needing to find, living, just like a more permanent living situation as a first sort of step. How personally responsible do you feel, and what have you set up for the players and your staff to be able to make Tampa feel like as much of a home as possible?
It's a great question, Eric. We have to be supportive as much as we can. You know, like we take pride in our organization and whatever it is we're providing as support staff to make all the players feel really comfortable and their families to feel really comfortable. Listen, this is not an easy task here, and there's a lot of sacrifices to it. I know the whole world is sacrificing now, and we're coming into a game and we're working at a job that we love. I think the players, the staff understand this, and there's one thing unique that about our ball club is there's always coming together. There's always that feeling with us, and when we decide that this is something that we're going to do, we all want to do it together, and we get everybody's input, our leadership team, players, coaches, medical, support staff. I'm proud of this organization, honestly, like to make this jump. If you remember, we went to Naples and for 3 weeks before everybody went into the bubble, and then we went into the bubble. And then came back to Toronto and went into 14-day quarantine. So it's been a big task for us, but I love our team because we also see it on the overall picture of what everybody is going through now, and to have the opportunity to actually play the game that we love, and maybe help heal some people in these times and help them get through some of these mental struggles at this time. And we're proud to do it. So any way we can support financially, any way we can support with staff, with mental wellness, medically, everything, travel, we're going to do it first class in our organization all the time.
The last time a team was displaced in the NBA, I believe, was New Orleans in 2005 and the year following. There were some examples in baseball. Was there anybody you were able to talk to about what a move like this for a year is like, or maybe less than a year, who knows? Is there any advice you got or sought out, or are you guys mostly just doing what you can and operating on the fly?
It's both, we have asked a lot of questions. We've done a lot of homework with this, and then things come fast. If you remember, Eric, up till the last few days, we were still trying to stay in Toronto.
I do remember, yes.
So this was something that had to be done as soon as we hit the ground. We just we went with it. But I give our staff and the leadership team credit. These guys grind through it. I think they have been really on this, trying to really make it a success for our players, for our coaches, and Nick has done an unbelievable job being positive and staying on the players, staying on his staff, staying on us, on trying to get this thing as successful as we can make it.
Thanks, Masai. Appreciate this as always. Stay safe.
Thank you.
Next, we go to Doug Smith from the Toronto Star.
Hello, young fella. How you doing today?
How you doing, young man?
I'm hanging in there, sir. Hey, at the end of last year, you said one thing you need to figure out was what was real in the bubble and what was unreal in the bubble, vis-a-vis players. What makes you think that Pascal will be able to handle this situation better than he admits he didn't handle well in Orlando? Like, what have you seen from him that makes you think he can do it this time around?
Pascal, I'll say it up front, Pascal didn't enjoy the game in the bubble. Pascal, I don't think was himself. He said it to you guys. And honestly, just seeing Pascal the last couple of days here, I know it's going to be different, he's back enjoying himself. And I saw him during the break, also in Los Angeles. And he's, you can tell that he's not only learned from this experience, but gone through that experience, I think, which is a big thing. So I'm confident we'll get our old Pascal back. We know these things. We all have family. We all have friends. We all know people. People have dealt with this whole pandemic and this tough times, differently. And the bubble was not Pascal's favorite place, but I think this is our favorite experience. But I think he's learned from it, and I feel confident that he'll come out of this fine.
And you just one more. You're missing out on a live celebration of one of the most important days of the year for you, Nelson Mandela Day. How can you keep the social justice issues alive in Canada and with the Raptors being in Tampa? And what problems are presented that way?
Yeah, I appreciate you asking that question, Doug. I really do, because we remember Madiba today, Nelson Mandela, for the great man he was, and in a time where I know I want everybody to celebrate humanity and celebrate him. I always say that we will always do whatever we can, and I will always do whatever I can to continue to remember him. I hope he's watching us and shining a light on us. And this is a time where we need a lending hand. We need kindness. We need love. We've been going through this since February. We want this year almost to be over with, but somebody that was selfless, somebody that was so kind, somebody that understood people, somebody that was a visionary. For me, I hope that people can see more positivity in this world, rather than a lot of the negativity we've seen as we've come through. So we celebrated this with a youth forum yesterday. We partnered with Minister Hussein, and we reached out to tons of youth in the Toronto area, and had an incredible forum talking about humanity. And I still ask everybody that question, like what humanity means to all of us, and to go back to the days when maybe when we were young and pure, and think that way, where there's no divide. Instead, we come together more. And I know that's what Nelson Mandela was all about.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Stay safe down there.
Thank you.
Going next to Ed Encina from the Tampa Bay Times.
Hi, Masai. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good, man. You?
Good, good. Welcome to Tampa. A lot of the fans in Tampa, they have two real big questions, in terms of the Raptors right now. One is, whether they'll be able to possibly attend games that are played at Amalie Arena, and the other is whether they'll be able to, if not, be able to watch them on TV or, hear them on the radio, locally. Where are you guys on that in terms of maybe some of the fans here being able to really kind of, embrace this team and watch it and see whether it's not in person or on TV, where I know that's kind of a complicated process with maybe some territorial rights and stuff like that with broadcast stuff. But where are you guys on that?
We're going through that now, Ed, and it's funny. I have a 1 o'clock meeting talking about fans and tickets and the process of what we're going to do there. But well, first of all, we're grateful. We're really grateful to be here, and for the people of this city, the Tampa Bay, to allow us to come and use this facility to welcome us into the city. We're so appreciative of that. We're in the process of working, I think, all these things out, and I don't have a definite answer for you, but the health and safety protocols are going to be important to us, not only in the city or in the arena, but also to us as a team, and how we've come from an environment too that where we've learned a very good way on how to be disciplined with this. And but we also understand too that gradually, you know, like we have to start coming back and figuring it out slowly as we learn more about testing and all these protocols. And the NBA has done like an incredible job of just taking us through all of this. So we're in the process of all those things you're talking about, showing games and all of that. We are also respectful too of the Orlando Magic and being across the road from them, and thank them for allowing us to be within some sort of the radius here and letting us play in Tampa.
And just a follow-up, you mentioned the facility and that building that facility in the JW Marriott. That's a brand new hotel. You know, maybe you're dealing with a little bit of a blank canvas there, but how much, you know, knowing, you know, what it's like to work out in the bubble and maybe a ballroom, how close can that facility be to what, you know, the comfort level and everything that you guys maybe were used to at the OVO Center?
You know, I remember walking into the ballroom in the bubble almost the same time as Kyle and Fred. I'll never forget that that image in my head, and right away, like, they dribbled the ball, you know, like, and just got right to it. These guys are hoopers, you know, like, and there was no complaint. There was nothing they thought about. All they wanted to do was play, you know, and that's how I believe our guys are. I believe that's how basketball players are. You know, they see that hoop, they see that wooden floor, and they just want to play. And so this is no different, honestly, from that. We're not here to complain about anything. We're not here to raise any issues. You know, we're here to play basketball, and we're here to win. And that's what we want to do. We want to win and continue building our program. This is just the circumstance, and we'll serve as much as we can here. And soon enough, we'll be back home playing in front of our fans, and would have knocked out all these pandemics and things that are in the way, you know, like, and everybody will get back to normal life. That's what we're hoping for.
Thank you.
Going next to Tim Reynolds from the Associated Press.
Good morning, Masai. I wanted to follow up on what Doug asked you, actually. As I have two questions. That's the first one. In the bubble, we had, you know, Black Lives Matter painted on the court. We had the unique messaging on the backs of jerseys. We had teams kneeling together for the anthems. How would you like to see those measures continue now that we're going to be back, kind of quote unquote, in the real world? How do you want to see that commitment to social justice and ending racial inequality? How do you want to see that continue this season?
Well, we'll continue it. We all have to speak for, I think, speak with ourselves, speak for ourselves. I think we have to speak collectively. I believe that the bubble was, you know, like a really good and special circumstance for us to really to stand up. And that was, at that time, we had to really make that the focus at that time. Now we have to continue this conversation as we get back to our normal lives. We have to make this continue this conversation and go and actually make all the things that we've talked about to work. So all the coalitions, all the foundations, all these things that we've talked about and said we're going to do, yeah, we're going to call people out when they don't do them, and call ourselves out when we don't do them. And that's why I wanted to speak yesterday and today on humanity. You know, like, I'll continue to tell inspirational stories. And how do you speak to the youth? How do you continue to help? What are we doing in our organization with giving more opportunity to the BIPOC? It's left to us. Yeah, it doesn't have to be. The buses played their role, right? The jerseys played their role. Now it's actually doing these things and seeing them happen, you know, and we have to be accountable. We have to be accountable, and we have to continue to call out the things and the injustices that are done in these countries and in the globe, globally. You know, like I follow a lot of what goes on in Nigeria with NSARS and all those things. We have to continue speaking and being good people. It's very important that we are all good people and continue to follow that.
My other question, Masai, it goes back to the relocation matter. We all got the first half of the schedule yesterday, of course. There's still a chance you could go home in the middle of March. There is a chance that you play Game 7 of the finals in Tampa on July 22nd. There's a lot of things still in the air. How much further does that complicate things, the fact that you don't know if you're in Tampa for 3 months or 7 months? How much more difficult does that make it to plan and find, you know, actual temporary real homes for players, staff, yourselves, all those things?
Yeah, I feel as the leader of the organization, you know, like you try as hard as you can, you know, like to make your staff, your players, everybody feel as comfortable as they can. And that's why you always want to be in the environment that they're in too. So you're experiencing it with them. But honestly, Tim, we want to win. Yeah, we want to win. We want to play basketball. So whether we're in Naples, whether we're in a bubble in Orlando, whether we're here, whether we're coming back, yeah, we play sports to win. That's what we do. That's what we're trying to do, and all of us believe in that. That's what we think about, and we'll keep thinking about that. You are going to have adversity. You are going to have things that get in the way, but we have that mindset as an organization, and I'm really proud of them like this. So wherever we end up, you know, home, Toronto, we love you guys there, and we'll do everything for you guys, and we'll do everything for Tampa. Wherever we're playing that Game 7, amen. You know, like we'll try our best.
Thanks, Masai. Always good seeing you.
Thank you. Thanks, Tim.
Next question goes to Tim Bontemps from ESPN.
Hey, Masai. Appreciate you doing this, man.
What's up, Tim?
So much, man. Yesterday, OG was talking about the ability for him to have a bit of an expanded role this year at both ends of the court, specifically on offense. Do you see him as having the potential to have a kind of a breakout season this year, like you said, with the way things are set up, both from a leadership standpoint and from an on-court production standpoint?
First of all, you said OG was talking where?
He was actually saying words yesterday. Was like a step forward too. Yeah.
Oh, okay, I'll have to check this out then. No, we saw, you know, we've always believed in OG. To be honest, the year before, you know, not many people know what OG went through, and I know he won't want me saying this, but OG and his dad are close to my heart, you know, like, and he went through a real hard time with the death of his dad. And then he's coming back and has one, I think it was an ankle sprain or a bad ankle injury. And then he gets through that, and then he has a busted appendix that keeps him out totally. So 3 things that really take him out of like significant part of the year. And so I think when he started to make progress last year, it was some sort of a surprise to everybody. But you go back to his rookie year and all the excitement we had. OG was starting, if I remember right, and there was plenty of excitement coming out of that. And then he had this down year, because not necessarily a down year, but many things happen, and then comes back, I think, strong last year. I believe the progress is going to continue. Yeah, continue to grow as a player and do different things. You know, like we saw his rim protection in the bubble last year, and he moves his feet. He can grow. He can guard from 1 to 5. That's a incredible advantage now in this game today. And I know we're all excited about OG's progress and what he can possibly do for our team.
And I know, obviously, like you said, there's a lot going on, and now you've got Bobby's deal done. Do you anticipate getting a deal done for yourself at some point over the next couple of months?
I don't know what the time frame will be, but I go into this thing, like with a very positive mind and attitude, and we hope that like it goes that way.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Going next to Blake Murphy from The Athletic.
Hey, Masai, how you doing?
What's up, Blake?
I was just wondering, Bobby talked about this a little bit, but not much. Your conversations with Terrence Davis as an organization, how have those gone in terms of feeling out, Terrence's level of contrition or growth, and where is there any update on the progress of that situation that you can give us?
No, not much of an update. Well, obviously waiting on the NBA investigation, and I think he has a court date coming up on the 11th. We made a decision as an organization, with all the information that we had with us, we tried to really see these things from a certain point of view. I will say this, we don't condone anything that resembles what was alleged to have happened. We would not do that in our organization. What we have is certain amount of information where we have to wait until the NBA is done with our investigation, and we feel comfortable. And I'll say this: we've done as much due diligence in talking to Terrence, in talking to our organization. We went as far as even talking to all the women in our organization and getting their point of view from this. This is very important for us because we don't want to say one thing and go do another thing. We also have to respect the NBA and the Players Association and what they are trying to do and what they have to do with this. So he's with the team now. We wait until this decision or investigation or more information is had. And as I said, the NBA is coming with this, and the court date is on the 11th.
Thank you so much, Masai. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Going to do two more questions, Masai. First one is going to Peter from RDS.
Hey, Masai, how you doing?
I'm very good, and you?
Great. Thanks for taking the time. There's always signature moments in a lot of franchises. Specifically, a lot of them have happened with the Toronto Raptors. I think none more important than your embrace in Golden State right after Game 6 when you won the championship with Kyle Lowry. Can you update us on how important it is for you to see Kyle Lowry finish his career as a Toronto Raptor?
That boy is grand, man. That boy is, I don't want to push his retirement, but he's, in my opinion, he's a Hall of Famer. In my opinion, he's heading there to be one of the best Raptors of all time. And what Kyle has done in this organization, the growth I've seen, you guys know, what we've all gone through the last 6 years. I will say this of Kyle: he's been incredibly respectful to the organization, and we will have that same incredible respect to Kyle anytime, every day. That there's no doubt about that, and we're proud of him. We're proud that he's lifted us like this. He's lifted himself like this, and we'll continue to support as much as we can with our basketball team. Winning, Kyle is a winner. Kyle wants to win, and even the times when we've got through hard times, there was never a question of trying or not trying. He's always giving it his best. So yes, he has our full support.
And just a quick one. I know the uncertainty of the G League right now. You mentioned how important development is. Can you give us an update of what that looks like for the 905 and what we're going to do moving forward in the short term?
You know, I don't know. I haven't had a recent update of what's going on with with the G League. I know there were talks of a bubble, some sort of a bubble. I will say this: whatever the G League is doing, the Toronto Raptors and 905 will participate.
Thank you so much, Masai.
Thank you.
Final question for you, Masai, comes from Arjun Ram, who is a CBC Kids reporter.
Hi, Mr. Ujiri. Arjun Ram from CBC Kids News. Thank you for taking my question, and I hope you're enjoying the Tampa life. The Raptors winning the championship back in 2019, it captured the attention of kids all across Canada. Even now, when I go outside, I see kids picking up a basketball and embracing the sport. Do you think that this surge of interest in the game will bring more Canadian talent?
Wow, it's an incredible question because it's actually some study I've done, you know, like well done for asking this question. And I've tried as much as possible to study this with our team. So I will tell you this, everybody always, you know, like talks nonsense about our team being in Toronto and being the only team not in the NBA and wah. And are you going to get free agents? Are you going to do this? Are you going to do that? Well, guess what? There were so many kids that were inspired by Vince Carter. There were so many kids that were inspired by what he did and what he brought to the Raptors, okay? You see so many of them have come out now and become players, whether it's the Jamal Murrays of the world, whether it's the Shays of the world, whether it's the Chris Bouchers of the world. All these people were all kids were all inspired by Vince, by Tracy McGrady, all those guys. So think about it, okay? If we think about it, think about the number of kids starting to play basketball now that have been inspired by Kyle Lowry, by DeMar DeRozan, by Kawhi Leonard, by Serge Ibaka, by Pascal, by the championship team, by winning a championship, which is the biggest achievement in the game. Yeah, think about the following. Think about the parade and how many people came out. How many kids are going to come out of this era coming to play basketball? I'm just telling you that in 10 years, in 8 years, in how many years, there's going to be lots and lots and lots of great basketball players coming out of this program. And they're going to be Canadian, and they're going to be immigrants, and they're going to be people that have lived over here, grown up over here, and love the game from watching that championship team and that championship era.
And it's all about embracing that sport. If I could ask one more question, what would you say to all of the young fans in Toronto and really across Canada who sadly are not going to be able to see their favorite team play at home?
We're here. We're on TV. You guys see us. We're not going anywhere. You know, like we're right here with you guys, and we'll be back. We'll be back soon enough. We're going to give it our all. We're going to play our. We're going to try and play our best. We remember this. We talk about this every day. You know, like about our fans, about the following, about the youth. So. We'll be back soon enough. This goes fast. A couple days ago, we were in the bubble. We're right here now.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ujiri. Good luck for the season.
Thank you.
Masai, that's all we have for you this morning. Thank you for your time, and we'll do this again soon.
That's all we got? That's all you guys got?
Oh, we got more if you want to keep
I can stay for the next 3 hours, but Jennifer said no. See you guys. Thank you.
Stay safe.